I used to always wonder what life was really all about. As a young guy in a small community, I used to wander around the community and think, what's the reason? Why is the reason why we're here? There was many nights where I used to walk around in our community, and there would be like a full moon. 15, 16, 17 years old, just coming and going as I pleased. But yet, I still didn't drink or do drugs at this time. Because I had certain people I looked up to, but I'll speak on that a little more. So when I was a young guy walking around, looking at the full moon, thinking, man, there has to be some more to life than this, than just all of this and what's going on and what I'm seeing. So through this process as I was growing up, I kind of just looked for God, but didn't believe in God, kind of back and forth. I wasn't sure about life. So when I was going to grade 11 and grade 12 in L'Orange, I just said, forget God, forget everything. So I just went to high school in L'Orange and I was going to Catholic church at the time. I was sent all the time to go, almost every second day. And I didn't know, where is God? That was my thought. So I left to L'Orange and to go and get my schooling, and then I went through the process of school, graduated, and that's when I drank for the first time. After that, I just worked and drank and partied. And you think you're in control. At least I thought I was. And then in this process, it was a downward spiral from there, because when I started drinking, it was like I went to work, but I partied. And so it was quite a lifestyle. The same thing that I seen my parents go through. I started going through that same steps, things that I said I wasn't going to be like. And I went through the same path, alcohol abuse, just everything else. But through that process, I went down downward spiral. So in this process, I was taking cocaine and taking drugs, and I was hitting some rock bottom times. And then in 1999, I seen people's lives start to change, and I used to wonder, is there really something there? So in May 18th, I experienced that 2000. I'll maybe back it up maybe a year prior to this. I had an accident, a vehicle accident, a rollover, and I heard a voice speak to me to put my seatbelt on, and in my language, because I speak Cree as well, and in English, back and forth, and finally witnesses said that were in the vehicle said I was like intoxicated, and I just shot right up and I put my seatbelt on. And after I did that, I fell down, never moved again. But 15, 20 minutes later, the truck flipped. And I don't remember the thing until I came to. I was hung upside down on the seatbelt. And I didn't think of much of that. But I heard that voice speak to me. And then my life didn't change, even in that experience. Then I experienced something else. 6 months later, this time I was in the vehicle. This time I was driving, and I had a head-on collision. And I wondering, my life was getting worse and worse and worse. And this was in January that I got into that accident, January 12th in 2000. And then I lost my license in April, and then all of a sudden, just like I had nothing in my life. I lost my job, I lost everything. And then people started witnessing to me about Jesus. And I said, "Wow, really? Is really Jesus? Is this real?" And then in May 18, there was a tent meeting, and that's when I said, I'm going to check this out. As soon as I walked in and I encountered the presence of God in that tent, and I heard that voice that was speaking, that was preaching. And that's the guy I used to turn off on the radio, and I used to really come against Christianity. But when I walked in there, and I was feeling the presence of God, and I was just overwhelmed with the love of God. It was so amazing. It was just like I didn't know what was happening to me. I had a lump in my throat. Tears were coming down my face for about, I don't know, the whole time I was there. About 3 days that happened. I realized I was encountering. I didn't know at the time, but it was the Holy Spirit. And then at the end, the guy said, who wants to accept Jesus? And I wasn't ashamed at all. I just got up and I went straight towards the altar. But I bit the dust halfway there because I felt this power in my life at that time touch me. And he put my hands on my shoulder. The minister came where I was on the ground and said, well, you want to receive Jesus in your life? And so as I accepted Jesus, I realized for the first time that the Bible, there was the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and a voice was speaking to me at this time. And that's the same voice I heard in the truck, in that rollover, when he told me to put my seatbelt on in my language, in English. And I knew that was the Holy Spirit. And Jesus was ministering to me, and my life has never been the same since then. And my life changed drastically, and my health. I got my job, I got my license, I got everything back that I've lost, and then I came to fast forward it to now. Last few years ago, I went to Bible school, graduated there. I did practical theology, and I met my wife, and now the Lord has really changed my life. I'm in an amazing marriage and family. I have my own son. The things that I've always wanted in my life, I'm giving that to him. And in the marriage, and in my marriage, I'm always learning, and God's doing amazing things within my marriage as well. And I know I'm going long-winded here. I was only going to speak on 5 minutes, but I just wanted to have an overall share. So it's been amazing, and I've been just I've been so blessed in my life, and I could share more if you have questions. When we do meet and talk, I'd love to share more. So thank you very much. Talk to you then.